Hey guys. So in the first couple videos, I talked about my own story and the fact that we create our own realities and that we are all energy and that we have a frequency and that what we focus on grows. So I was talking to someone in one of the support groups the other day, and I thought this, raised a really good question, which was, um, so if we create our own reality, then wait a damn minute, why do I have EDS? And that is true to, as to your knowledge, our knowledge when we come into this lifetime. So before you came into this body, this vessel, you were this infinite soul and you experience no pain and no suffering, and we all make the agreement to come down into the body that we chose to live out our mission here on earth. So we are infinite souls living a human experience. So that's the first thing to understand, that no, you didn't consciously choose this now in this moment, but at some point before your soul came into this vessel, this avatar, or whatever you'd like to call it, you did make the choice to come down with certain presets. And, we all know that EDS is in our genetic code. So this is something that's been passed down from, generation to generation. And one of the things that I've noticed is that with each generation, the symptoms tend to get more and more severe. So why is that? And I have a theory, and again, this is just my personal opinion. Take it or leave it as you will. But so, for example, my mom is diagnosed as having EDS, and she was able to live a fairly quote unquote normal life with pain, yes, and occasional dislocation, but she was able to work most of her life, and um, she was able to raise four children and be active and on the go, and that was her generation. And she also, which I'm going to talk about next, has gifts. She's a healer. She's an empath. She has, psychic ability, and she's what you would call an HSP, or a highly sensitive person. And then you have me, and I was able to function quote unquote normally until I was about 25 years old. Yes, I started having dislocations much earlier. My first dislocation was at around the age 2 of my elbow, and as I got older, that progressed to knees and shoulders, and I was always in pain. But around the age of 25, it exploded to the point where I went from working full time, having a really lucrative career, to being completely disabled overnight. Almost, it seemed that way. And then now my son was born, and he started manifesting his symptoms as really severely, uh, to the point that it was scary at the age of around 2 years old. So, my mom's generation, she's a highly sensitive person. Then you have me. I, again, am highly sensitive, extremely empathic, intuitive, psychic ability. And then you have my son now. Again, he's very young, so I don't know the extent of his gifts, but I do know that he is also very gifted. And so why would this be happening? This is happening because we are changing over into the age of Aquarius now. We've gone from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius, and the collective consciousness is waking up, and things are changing. And it may not seem that way if you're focused on, quote unquote mainstream media, but that's, I guess that's something I'll talk about in another video on what the benefits are to mainstream media leading you to believe that things are in chaos and disorder and et cetera, et cetera. But as the generations move on, the symptoms of the EDS get worse. However, the gifts get more strong. And that's, a main reason why many of us have these kind of explosion of symptoms. Why, it talks about the fact that we're diagnosed later in life. And that's because if you are empathic, if you're a highly sensitive person, then you are, every time you come into contact with someone, you are picking up their pain and their suffering, and you're taking bits of that into your energetic field. So in the last video, we talked about the fact that we are all energy. We have a frequency. Those frequencies are being sent out, and it's in this kind of bubble around us. And every time we come into contact with someone else, our energetic fields are, intertwining. And if you're an empath, not only are you able to pick up on their energetic field and feel their feelings, but then as they walk away, you have now taken some of that onto yourself. And if you're doing that and you are not aware that you're doing that, then eventually that is going to cause an overload. It's going to translate from your energetic body to your physical body, and now you are in severe pain and suffering. There are many different types of empaths. So you may come into contact with someone, complete strangers. This happens to me all the time, and they just come up to you and they do what I like to call unloading, and they'll start telling you their whole life stories, their problems. This is because they're going to be energetically, you're sending out this frequency, you're a healer, you're a light worker, and they've now come into that frequency. It's a match because you can help with their problem. You may go into, a crowd full of people and be completely overwhelmed by the energy that you feel. This happens to me, at the grocery store. Is something that I still to this day have a really hard time handling, and most of the time do not handle that very well. It could be concerts. It could be your work environment where there's a big concentration of people. So you're feeling that energy, and you could be in a wonderful mood and you're feeling really high vibe, and then you come into this really dense, heavy energy, and now all of a sudden you're feeling severe pain and your frequency has been compromised. So how is that a gift? I mean, what does that do for us? Well, it's a gift when we learn how to manage it, because we are able to transmute energy. We are able to take this pain and this suffering. With some people, it's with animals. You can put your hand on an animal and feel their feelings and help them. Other people are really in tune with the entire collective consciousness, so you can feel the mood of really like the whole country or the whole world at any given time. It makes us extremely in tune. We are in tune with what other people are feeling, what society at large is feeling. And some people are really, tuned into like the moon energies, because that's another preset that we come with. So we come with this DNA coding. We come with the preset of our mission, and then, that's all at this one moment of time of our birth that is astrology, and that's how the planets are also affecting our energy fields, and that just helps guide us on our specific mission in life. And so astrology is kind of an insight or a key into that, and I'll be talking a lot more about that in my next videos. I'll be talking about tarot as well, and I'll be using tarot as a way to kind of give a daily vibe for the day and let you, sorry, my little puppy's in the background, give you a daily vibe for the day of, what is the energy, how can we overcome that? So you have these presets. You also have this genetic coding. You have EDS, and it comes with a whole host of crappy symptoms. However, it comes with this gift of being a highly sensitive person and an empath. And once you can learn how to control these gifts, or have some sort of, way of clearing your energy field, and you can put some intention and, do this for people when you want to do that, it can become something that is of great satisfaction to you, because you are a light worker and you are fulfilling your mission here on earth. So for some people, that's going to look like you chose to go into the nursing profession, or the medical field in some way. For others of you, you may choose to do Reiki or massage therapy, which may actually be really hard on your joints. So I'm not sure. Maybe some of you out there have chosen that. And then for others of you, it may just be working with energy in general. And it could be through your voice and your words. It could be through your writing. And because you are so in tune with other people's emotions, it may, and the whole collective conscious, it may enable you to create beautiful works of art. Like some of you may be like me, and, you have the gift of being able to intuitively help others, channel angel messages. Some of you out there also may have psychic gifts. Some of you out there may be readers as well. So there is a reason, there is a purpose. And going back to, what I originally was talking about in creating your own reality. So yes, we do create our own reality to a certain extent, but, there are some things that we came here for a specific reason to experience. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is one of those reasons. Now, there is research out there that talks about changing your DNA. There are spiritual practices out there that will tell you that you can change your DNA, and that may be true. I definitely am not ruling that out. However, I will say that, for me, that's not healthy to focus on. I did focus on that, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it for so many years. And it just kept me in a really low place. And so through my process of awakening, I've come to embrace, all parts of me, and really realize that, yes, there are some things that cause me great suffering, and, a lot of pain, and bodily, physical pain. But there are ways to cope with that, and there are gifts that come along with that. And so I've learned to accept that, leave the door open. I really hope for, everybody out there and all the younger generation, that there is a way for us, as a collective, to be able to, within our DNA, change it. And I do think that's on the horizon. But for right now, that's just, not a reality in my reality. So I hope that sheds some light on the fact that, yes, we create our own reality. Yes, this was a choice, even though you don't remember it. Yes, it's shitty, but yes, it's also amazing. And best of all, it comes with a purpose and a reason and a mission. And, I'm really hoping that all of you, like me, are, out there ready to create your best reality and your best version of you, even though you have these challenges, and to just really embrace it, embrace all of it, the light and the dark, and learn. That's what I'm, really focused on right now. It's like, how do you integrate all of those things? And hopefully those are the things that we'll be focusing on in all the videos yet to come, because there's so much of this year left, and I am really, trying to make it the best year ever. So, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and share, as this is completely new. I am a newborn baby on YouTube and on, this Facebook blog, and I really, really could use your love and support. And I'm going to put a description down below with a link to my GoFundMe. And I'm trying to raise money for a roof. You can watch the video, but if you felt like this helped you in some way, and you would like to exchange energy with me and donate to my channel and to, my roof fund, I would be, oh my God, I'd be so, blessed and grateful for that. If that's not something that you can do, you can exchange energy with me by just putting a thumbs up on the video, or commenting, or sharing, or by simply holding space for myself and my family. So love, light, and blessings to all of you. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and we'll talk soon.